Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide. Well, today we are checking out the Boox Leaf 2, the second iteration of their new dedicated 7-inch Leaf reader. The first iteration of Leaf had a lot of positives, but it also had several negatives, which I think were not necessary to actually have. And Leaf 2 is, at least from the specifications and photos and things like that, looks like it has addressed pretty much all of the issues that I've had with the Leaf 1. So let's check it out. But before we do, two things. First one, full disclosure, this device has been kindly sent by Boox as a review loan unit. So no, I don't get to keep it. I get to have it for a couple of weeks, test it out, make the videos, and then I send it onwards. And the second thing is, if you do like what I do and you would like to support the independence and objectivity and impartial character of My Deep Guide, liking and subscribing to the channel definitely helps. Commenting as well helps with the all confusing and ever punishing YouTube algorithm. If you want to help even further with the My Deep Guide as a platform to grow and obtain harder to obtain devices and devise new tests and new ways to actually quantify the things that we're interested in these devices, then please do check out the My Daily Organizer on mydeepguide.com/shop, because purchasing the My Daily Organizer, not only will you get a really good daily, weekly, yearly, quarterly, monthly, all of these types of organizer that you can use for your professional and personal needs on your eNote devices, but you will also directly support the My Deep Guide channel to remain independent, impartial, and objective. And now, with that out of the way, onwards with the Boox Leaf 2. And here is the Boox Leaf 2. So this is the second iteration of their dedicated pure 7-inch e-ink reader tablet. So this is not a note-taking capable tablet. So let's open it up and see what we get. And here is a bunny little device with built-in buttons. Nice and light and small. Very cool. So inside the package you get the Boox Leaf 2 device, USB-C to USB-A cable, a micro SD card slot tool, and of course some supporting documentation. So a fairly standard package: device, USB cable, micro SD card slot tool, and the supporting documentation. Alright, so let's slide the device out and focus on it. Now we're talking. Oh yes. Now this makes a heck of a lot more sense than what we had with the Leaf. First of all, it's not a remarkable 2 ripoff design, which didn't make any sense. Second of all, we got built-in page turning buttons. Third of all, gone are the sharp edges because they are now nicely beveled and the screen doesn't fall in, so you actually have a very nice round edge, which makes this device extremely comfortable. Also, I'm not sure, but it's really thin. I think that this is thinner than what the original Leaf was, and this feels really good. So you have a bucket design here with a giant Boox. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a ginormous, it's the biggest Boox that I've ever seen on any of their devices. So, alright, that's what you got. You have a glass top screen, which looks very nice, really crisp and sharp. Very nice to actually look at. Good reflectivity of the screen, very good reflectivity of the screen, and the buttons actually feel very nice. Now, it's very difficult to actually make a design like this and not have it rip off anything else, but I think they've kind of managed. I look at it and I don't think that this is a Kindle, and I don't think that this is a Kobo device, which is actually difficult to achieve, but I think that they've managed. The build quality and the design is, I think, rather lovely because it just looks and feels really good. in a hand, and it feels very, very refined. And I can't get over the lightness and the thinness and the comfort. It's really a big difference. Just ergonomy and the design and the build quality when you compare Leaf 1 and Leaf 2. This is a huge step up, and I prefer this device and this design over the Leaf 1. You have a flush screen on the front. You got 2 buttons on the front. On the top we have a power button, nothing on the right hand side, nothing on the bottom, and on the left hand side you have the USB-C and 2 speakers, a micro SD card slot, and a microphone. Let's open up the micro SD slots to see. I think it's 2 terabytes as well, like on the Ultra, not really sure. So it's a standard micro SD card slot. Yep, as you would come to expect it, and slot it back in. Well, all right. I mean, really, really positive impressions, first impressions from the Leaf 2. I love the direction where they went, and they've improved pretty much everything that I didn't like with the Leaf 1. And on top, I think that this one also has an accelerometer, so that you have actually auto rotation on it. So we'll see that. Let's do the first power up. Well, that's not great when you actually first start it up, that the keyboard is actually kind of crashing. It's 3.3.1, but this looks completely different than what we saw on the Tab Ultra. So this is more in line with what we see before. So maybe Tab Ultra has a dedicated OS and interface that actually is different than what we're going to see on other devices. All right, so I didn't do the sign-in or anything like that, so I just downloaded from the library that they have here, Alice in Wonderland, I think. And because I just wanted to see what the image quality is like and how it actually works. So let's turn on the rotation. I think, yes, we do have auto rotate. Fantastic. And now you should be able to just use this, and it auto rotates. And now I can use the page forward, page back, and it works as you would expect it to. How does it work? Like this? Yep, one-handed, absolutely great. Can you have it on the other hand? Yes, of course you can. And it's super easy to actually deal with and kind of use. Yes, you can of course use the tap as well, and that's extremely responsive. The image quality and clarity is really crisp and sharp because you get a very nice image resolution at that 7-inch screen, and it because it's not a Note capable device, it doesn't have the additional layers on top, so that means that the image is super crispy. I love the ergonomics of this thing and the auto rotation, everything. I think everything they've added here just makes perfect sense, and it's transforming this device into a very, very nice, lovely, lovely little reader. Something that I could easily see myself kind of being torn between this one and a Kobo or a Kindle, except that on this one, you can have a Kobo library and a Kindle library and a library of your own devices, and of course, a Android 11, fully functioning Android 11 device on top of everything, which is quite a lot when you think about it. But do we have Google Play Store out of the box? Not that I can see here, but maybe after an update it will have it. I'll double check that. But for now, this is the first impressions, and my first impressions are excellent. This is really all that I thought that Leaf 1 should have been. So Leaf 2, on the surface of things at least, improves everything that I thought Leaf 1 did wrong. So ergonomics, the buttons, the weight, the thickness, the quality, all of it, it just feels so much better and so nicer. And of course the addition of the micro SD card slot. So Leaf 2 is definitely a very positive surprise as far as I am concerned, as far as the first impressions go at the very least. Well, alrighty then, Boox Leaf 2. 2. On the paper, it looked like it addressed all issues that I thought the Boox Leaf 1 had as a device, and I'm happy to say that the first impressions are extremely positive. This is a very cute, sexy, powerful little e-reader that I think it's very important for a portable reader to feel nice in a hand. It needs to, for me at least, I need to be able to form a bond with a device of some sort, that I want to interact with it, that it's pleasant to interact with, that it's, of course, functional, powerful, and all of these things, but it also needs to have a good tactile feel. Leaf 1 didn't have that, for me at the very least, and for some other users as well. Leaf 2, not only visually does it look great, not only practical because it does have now buttons as well, but the redesign, it just feels it's a better quality device, it's more ergonomically pleasant to use, and all of these things. So the first impressions are extremely positive, and yeah, it's a very, very nice little e-reader with a really, really good image quality as well. Now, I'm going to be spending some time with it to test its battery life, to test how it performs and how it does all of these things, and basically how it performs as a reader, and that will be brought to you in the form of an in-depth review in a couple of weeks once I'm done actually testing it out. Definitely a contender with both Kobo and the Kindle devices. Now, Paperwhite is always going to have a nicer image quality overall. Kobo usually has the nicest front light of them all, and the Boox, while very, very close, I mean, this one has so far extremely nice, clear picture quality and things like that, but what it has that neither of the two have is a full-on Android 11 experience, which means you get to have any PDF, any EPUB, any document that you want, as well as the Kindle and Kobo apps on it. So that's also a very, very valuable consideration to keep in mind. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please like and subscribe and ding the notification bell down in the description below. And please let me know, what do you think from the first impressions here, especially with all the additions that Leaf 2 has. And also, commenting helps the videos actually remain visible, because YouTube algorithm is always becoming more and more aggressive and let's say hostile towards the creators in general. So your interaction with the channel, it does actually help the visibility of the videos. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye.